So let's go ahead and start. My name is Madeline Gepp and welcome to our monthly webinar. This month we will be talking about building, managing, and using the product catalog, and we'll also talk about how goals tie into the product catalog as well. So this is our agenda. First, I'm going to do an introduction of Web Fortis, then we'll jump into the training, and then we'll open it up for discussion and questions. So about Web Fortis, we are a dynamic CRM company. That's all we do. We don't do anything else. We're also a one-stop shop. Anything that you need as far as dynamic CRM goes, we do. Migrations, implementations, customizations, configurations, anything that has to do with dynamic CRM, we can pretty much do it. We are located throughout the West Coast. We have offices in Seattle, Santa Rosa, Walnut Creek, Sacramento, and Los Angeles. We have about 45 certified employees, certified in CRM. The 3 books that are shown here are the 3 books that our CEO has written on dynamic CRM. You can find any of these books on Amazon or Barnes & Noble. So let's go ahead and get into the training session. So the first thing that I'm going to start out in, I'm in my Microsoft Outlook. I'm going to go ahead and open up my CRM. I'm going to go into Settings, Business, and then Product Catalog. The first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to create my product. So I'm going to go ahead and click on Products. And I can list all of my products here. I'm going to go ahead and click New. That's going to open up a new product form. I can give it an ID. I can give this a name. I'm going to call this one Product B. I can give it a subject, which I can build in the settings of my CRM. I have the unit group, which you can set up by clicking New and Add New Units. Units are going to be specifically, how it was explained to me is if you have wine, you can buy it by the bottle, you could buy it by the case, you could buy it by the barrel. So units are going to be different ways of getting these products. So we'll go ahead and pick the default unit, and I'm going to go ahead and select primary unit. As a side note, whenever you see a lookup field with this icon, you can go ahead and start to type, hit tab, and it will autofill. If it can't resolve, it'll give you some suggestions. So we could go ahead and give it decimals supported. I'm going to go ahead and say 2. We also can put the list price, standard cost, current cost, etc. in this. This will not be the cost that CRM is going to use. It's mostly for reference. So once we're happy with it, if we want to fill out any other information, we can go ahead and do that. Once we're happy with it, we could go ahead and hit Save and Close. So now we have my product, this product in our CRM, but it is not yet in a price list. So that's going to be the next thing we're going to do is create a brand new price list and put all of the products that we would like in that price list. So I'm going to create the price list, I'm going to go back to the product catalog. And I'm going to go ahead and select price lists. So price lists are going to be used for if you have different pricing for different things, such as if you have military discounts, schools discounts, government discounts, bulk pricing discounts, etc. If you have different pricings for different situations, you would use various price lists. So here I'm going to go ahead and click New, and I'm going to call this one Primary. And I'm going to go ahead and click Save. I'm going to click Save so that I have access to the ribbon at the top and the sidebar. From here, I'm going to go ahead and select Price List Items. And I can now add the items that I had just selected. So I'm going to go ahead and click Add New Price List Item. I can select the product, which is the product that I had just created here. So I'm going to go ahead and select product B. And I'm going to select the unit as primary unit. So I could go ahead and set the price here. The reason why we didn't set the price in the product is the price is going to be different depending on which price list they're in. So in this particular price list, I'm going to say that product B is $1,300. So now I can go ahead and click Save and Close. And now anytime that I select this price list and I select product B, it's going to give me the correct price and the correct product that is available in this price list. So at this point, let's go ahead and hit Save and Close. So that's how you're going to create your price list and your products. If you need to maintain it, again, you would go into Business and then go into the product catalog, and you would be able to maintain your products and your price list from here. To create unit groups, you would go into unit groups and create it. For the sake of time, I'm not going to go into that. However, that's where you would go ahead and do it along with discount lists. So at this point, let's go ahead and create an opportunity, and I'll show you why products and price lists are so important to CRM. So I'm going to go into Sales, and then I'm going to go into Opportunities. From here, I'm going to go ahead and create a brand new opportunity by selecting New. An opportunity is going to be for an existing customer. It's going to be an opportunity to sell. So let's go ahead and give it a topic. From here, I can select the potential customer. This is going to tie it to the customer, so we can report what customer what opportunities they're trying to buy from you. We can also go into the account record and view all the opportunities there. We could go ahead and give it a description if we would like. This is where the price list comes into play. So where it says revenue, we have two options. We can do system calculated or user provided. If you do not have anything in your product catalog, we would need to do user provided, and then you would manually put it in. However, we do have products in our product catalog, so we can do a system calculated. And as you can see, this dries up. So the next thing we're going to do is jump down to line items, and if it's a little bit lower, you can either scroll down or we could go and jump to it by clicking on line items on the left-hand side here. And the first thing we want to do is select a price list. So I created primary, so let's go ahead and select that. And at this point, we won't be able to add anything into the price list items. Also note that the top ribbon will be dried out, and so will the sidebar. In order to activate all three of those, we're going to have to go ahead and click Save. And here is the opportunity. So again, let's go back down to line items. And to add a line item, we could go ahead and select the area. It'll turn blue and the ribbon will change. We'll go to add new opportunity product. So again, we have the existing and the write-in. Again, if we don't have products, we could do a write-in product. However, we do. So we're going to go ahead and do existing and have the system calculate all my calculations for me. So I can go ahead and select the product. Since I know what product it is, I can start to type. And it's going to suggest. I can hit tab or I can select the suggestion. And that will autofill it for me. We can select the unit. Again, this will be either the case, the single bottle, or the barrel. You'd be able to select the unit here. So we can use the default, which is recommended. However, we do have an override price option here. So let's go ahead and use default. I'm going to go ahead and put in the quantity. I want 10 of product B. I can also put in a tax or a manual discount. So at this point, let's go ahead and hit save and close. And the first thing you're going to notice is that the estimated revenue is still going to be 0. All these numbers are still going to be 0. So to make this all work, we're going to go to the Opportunity tab and hit Recalculate Opportunity. And that's going to fill in the estimated revenue, the product totals, total freight amount, total amount. So from here, we could go ahead and say, I want to give them a 10% discount. The freight amount is going to be 100. Again, I can recalculate the opportunity. And that's going to fill in the product totals, the pre-freight, the total amount, etc. So if we've been doing business with this opportunity and they decide that they're going to move forward, we can now mark this opportunity closed as won. And what it's going to do is it's going to take the actual revenue from the estimated revenue and put it in. However, if things change, we want to say this was actually 11,900, we could change that. We can also change the close date. We're saying that this is one. However, if you want to also keep track of opportunities you've lost, you can do that as well, and it's going to have the actual revenue as 0. So let's go ahead and click OK. And it's going to dry up the form and close it and remove it from all my open opportunities. So from here, one of the reasons why you would want to use the estimated revenue is to report against it. So I'm going to go ahead and hide my reading pane real quick by going to View, Reading Pane, turn it off, and instead I'm going to turn on my chart. So I'm going to go to the Charts tab, click Chart Pane, and go to the right. So from here, we can look at our potential customers and how much revenue we are expecting to get from each of them. So I have 2 potential opportunities for Red Bull, and this is going to be the sum here. And I also have one for Coal Systems. We can change the type of chart by clicking the down arrow. And I could go ahead and click deals won versus deals lost. The thing is this chart is going to be set according to this view. So if I go ahead and change it to closed opportunities, that will then give me the chart for that. So that's just a side note. So the next thing is going to be goals and goal metrics. And one thing about CRM is you can set goals and goal metrics to play with either account. So it's going to count how many opportunities you have or how many cases you have open, closed. The other thing is going to be dollar amount, which is what we're talking about today. So the first thing, before you even go into goals, we're going to go into goal metrics. And I'm going to go into revenue. And you can set up your very own goal metrics if you would like. However, the out-of-the-box ones are pretty good. So I just want to show this to you real quick. So the name is going to be revenue. Metric type is amount, and it's money. If this was a new form, this would not be dried up and you'd be able to change it. So the roll-up fields are going to be the in-progress money from an opportunity and actual money from an opportunity. So what that means is that it's going to look into the opportunity forms or the opportunity entity, as is stated here, and it's going to look for anything that's in progress versus anything that is actually has been closed and has come in. So that's going to be the goal metric here. So let's go ahead and save and close that. So the next thing we want to do is go into goals. And I'm going to go to the goal tab at the top. I'm going to go ahead and select new. I'm going to go ahead and give this a name. Opportunity goals. So I can go ahead and now select the goal owner, which I'm going to make as myself since I'm the only user in the system. However, you can do teams or other users. The goal metric is going to be the one that we had either created or used out of the box, which we're going to use revenue. So we can set a custom period or a fiscal period, either Q1, Q2, Q3, etc. Again, if you have different quarter system than is normal, you can go ahead and change it in the settings area. So this is set and we are in that time period. We can now set a target. So let's set the target as, I'm going to say 10,000. We could also put in child goals. So if it's, if we want to set different periods that calculate up to these goals, we could go ahead and do that here. We'll also have the actuals and more stuff down here. So let's go ahead and click save. And this will start to make more sense. So it's not actually showing up. So what we need to do is hit recalculate and click OK. One thing is this will not auto-calculate. You have to click recalculate. And so now it's going to show us the actual and it's going to show us the in progress. So the actual is going to derive from all opportunities that have been won. The in progress is going to be all of my open opportunities. So even further, if I go into my dashboards, I can now create a dashboard with a chart that has the goals and the actual goals and the progress of the goals. So I'm going to go ahead and select new. I'm going to pick a layout. I'm going to name this goals. I'm going to choose a chart. And from here, I'm going to choose goal. And my goals for this period. And right now we have percentage achieved, so I'm at 51%. However, we could also change it to, since we're doing revenue, so we could do the target. So that's where I am. That's my goal. And so I can visually now see where my goals are. At this point, I could go ahead and hit save and close or add any other dashboards I'd like, and then I have my dashboard set up so I can visually see where I am in progress of my goals. So at this point, this sums up the rest of our webinar on the product catalog. Here is my contact information. You can visit our website at webfortis.com or crmonline.webfortis.com. Call us 916-712-5451. Go ahead and send us an email. And also, you can use the same information. Every Wednesday at 10 a.m. we have a free training where you are welcome to come bring a topic or a question, and we will be happy to answer it. If you do not have the link or the phone number, you can go to www.webfortis.com/events and sign up and get that information. So that concludes our training. Thank you for joining.